Great good morning to all. I, Sumit Kumar Singh, welcome all of you in Magatpotri UPSC YouTube channel. My dear friends, today in this video we are going to read, recall and revise the Geology optional subject of BPSC Men's Examination. The candidates who prefer or who are supposed to take Geology as an optional subject in BPSC Men's Examination, before taking it as an optional, at least you have at least one time you have to go through the syllabus. I am not going to any analysis, any discussion or any elaborate discussion on this geology optional subject, but I am only going to read, recall and revise the content or detailed syllabus of section 1 as well as section 2 of geology BPSC Men's Examination optional. So let us start. General geology, geomorphology, structural geology and paleontology and stratigraphy. Point number 1, general geology. Energy in relation to geodynamic activities, origin and interior of the earth, dating of the rocks, various methods and ages of the earth, volcanoes, causes and products, volcanic welts, earthquakes, causes, geological effect and distribution. Geosand lines and their classification, island areas, steep area, trenches and mid-ocean rifts, sea floor spreading and plate tectonics, isostrates, mountain types and origin, brief ideas about continental drift, origin of the continents and ocean, radioactivity and its application to geological problems. Point number 2, geomorphology, basic concept and significance. Geomorphic processes and parameters, geomorphic cycles and their interpretations, relief features, topography and its relation to structures and lithology, measures landforms, drainage patterns, geomorphic features of Indian subcontinent and Chota Nagpur plateau. Now point number 3, structural geology. Stress and strain, ellipsoids and rock deformation of mechanics of folding and faulting, linear and planar structures and their genetic significance, petrofabric analysis, its graphic representation and application to geological problems, tectonic framework of India. Now paleontology, micro and macro fossils, modes of preservation and utility of the fossils, general idea about classification and nomenclature, organic evolution and bearing the paleontological studies on it. Morphology, classification and geological history, including evolutionary trends of biogeopods, bivalves and gastropods, ammonioids, trilobites, ichneoids and corals, principles group of vertebrates and their morphological characters, vertebrates, life through ages, dinosaurs, symbolic vertebrates, evolution of horses, elephant and man, Gondwana flora and its importance, type of microfossils and their significance with special reference to petroleum exploration. Now point number 5, stratigraphy. Principle of stratigraphy, stratigraphic classification and nomenclature, standard stratigraphy scale, detailed study of various geological system of Indian subcontinent, boundary problems in Indian stratigraphy and outline of the stratigraphy of various geological system in their type areas, brief study of the climate and igneous activities in Indian symmetry during geological past, oceanographic reconstructions. Now section 2, crystallography, mineralogy, petrology, economic geology, crystallography, crystalline and non-crystalline substances, space group, lactic symmetric classification of crystal into 32 classes of symmetry, international system of crystallography notations, use of stratigraphic projections to represent crystal symmetry, twinning and twin laws, crystal irregularities and application of X-ray for crystal studies, optical mineralogy, general principle of optic isotrophisms and aniostrophisms, concept of optical didactics and paleoorcisms, interference of the colors and extensions, optic orientation in crystals, dispersion and optical accessories. Point number 3, mineralogy, elements of crystal chemistry types and a bonding, ionic crite, coordination, numbers, isomorphisms, polymorphisms, pseudomorphisms, structural classification of silicates, a detailed study of rock forming, minerals and their physical, chemicals and optical properties and usage in study of the alteration product of these minerals. Point number 4, bacteriology, magma, its generation, nature and composition, simple phase diagrams of Van de and ternary systems and their significance, Bowen's reactions principle, magnetic differentiation, assimilation, structures and structures and their petrogenetic significance, classification of igneous rocks, petrography and petrogenesis of important rock type of Indiagenesis of granites, charnokites and anthracites and alkaline rocks, process of formation of sedimentary rocks, diagnosis and lithification, textures and structure of sedimentary rocks and their significance, classification of sedimentary rock, elastics and non-elastic heavy minerals and their significance, elementary concept of depositional environment, sedimentary phases and provinces, petrography of the common sedimentary rocks types. Now, agent of metamorphisms, type of metamorphisms, metamorphic grades, zones and phases, ACF, AKF and AFM, diagrams, textures, structures and nomenclatures of metamorphic rocks, petrography and petrogenesis of important metamorphic rock type. Point number 5, economic geology, concept of the ore minerals and gangways, tenor of ores, processes of formation of the mineral deposits, common forms and structures of the ore deposit, classification of the ore deposits, control of ore depositions, meteogenetics, in charts, study of important metallics and no metallic deposits, oil and natural gas fields and coal fields of mineral wealth of Bihar, mineral economics, national mineral policy, conservation and EUT, locations of minerals, applied geology, essential and prospecting and exploration techniques, principal method of mining, sampling, retracing, beneficence, application of geology and engineering work, elements of the soil and groundwater geology, groundwater provinces of Bihar, use of air related diagrams in geological explorations. So these are the syllabus of Geology BPSC optional subject section 1 as well as section 2. So before taking geology as an optional subject, at least once a time you have to go through the syllabus of details level, both section 1 as well as section 2, and after reading at least once a time, and then you will analyze it by yourself whether you are generating interest in this subject or not, whether to study your books material available or not, and there were many factors before choosing optional subject in any competitive examination as well as UPSC and or BPSC. So that's all. Thank you. If you are the first time on my channel, then like it, share it as well as subscribe it, and also press the bell icon for more updates from my channels. And that's all. Thank you once again. Have a great day.